Well, what a privilege, a sneak preview of the Olympic Stadium with none other than Paralympic star Oscar Pistorius. And I'm wondering, Oscar, what are your first impressions of this place?
It's a bit intimidating. I think the sheer size is unbelievable. The stadium's design is beautiful, as you can see, but I'm looking forward to running here. Although there's plastic on the seats behind me and around me, you know, in just over a year the stadium's going to be full, and they're going to be just over 80,000 people here gathered to watch the events, and I think that's just it's a huge motivation, but it's also slightly intimidating.
Can you picture yourself running here? Look, we're not far from the start of the 100-metre straight. Can you picture the moment?
Yeah, definitely. I was a bit disappointed that the tire's still down here. I would have loved to have run a bit of a corner or a straight here, but you know, this is just so exciting being here, and it just takes me back to previous big events like this, and Paralympic Games is such a strong movement. It's something that's growing from strength to strength. I saw in Athens it was 23,000 was our biggest turnout, and in London, in Beijing it was 93, so I've no doubt that it's going to be a fully packed house here for the events, and it definitely just has that ability to change people's mindsets and enlighten them to the world of Paralympic sport, which I'm extremely excited about.
Well, you're here this week for the BT Paralympic World Cup up in Manchester. You'll no doubt, Oscar, be the star turn up there, but have you got Securicor in for the number of medals I'm sure you're going to win again?
No, I'm looking forward to the event. You know, we never count the wins until they're in the bag. I've been very blessed with my experiences up in Manchester and running here in London, and I've no doubt that you know, with BT running an event this weekend up in Manchester, it's going to be any different to that. I'm excited, and just having that opportunity is pretty cool. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Now, you're up in Europe for the summer season. I've been following you on Twitter. You've been talking about it. How on earth do you pack for 3 months away from home?
It is quite a challenge. I started doing it about 3 years ago when I came for the whole summer, and in the beginning I'd take like 5 or 6 bags and a whole host of things, and now I've just realized it's too much of a hassle, so I pack quite light, and I've become a typical, you know, I was a typical boy in the beginning, I think, that just kind of shoved everything in and didn't think about shapes and sizes and stuff, but I've perfected the art of packing now, so I'm doing okay with that, and I've boiled it down to a computer bag, 2 clothes bags, and a bag for my legs bag, so that's I think I've got it down to an art now.
So where do these famous carbon fibre legs go? I mean, are they in the hold, or are they precious hand luggage?
Very precious hand luggage. They stay with me at all times, and I've put them in the hold once and they went missing. So since then they stay with me, and yeah, they just, you know, I've been using them for the last 6 years, and if they go missing, I'm in a bit of trouble. So yeah, keep them with me and keep them close.
You must get a few security guards, you know, that moment where you go through security and they kind of go, look at their little screen, and they kind of go, puzzled look on their faces. What the dickens are those? Did you get the tap on the shoulder occasionally?
Oh, occasionally. I think it's only not happened once. Having to go through security, I've realised I can't wear things like boots because I have to take those off, and so usually when I travel I wear tracksuit pants and sneakers, and I dress like a bit of a hobo, but yeah, I think it's something I've become so accustomed to that as I walk through the security, the metal detector, I tell the guy, okay, I've got prosthetic legs on, so he doesn't ask me, and then they may put 2 and 2 together when they see my legs, but it's, yeah, travelling is definitely not a highlight of the career.
Do they hurt to wear these carbon fibre legs?
Not at all. They're quite comfortable. They're obviously made for sprinting, so they're a lot tighter than the normal prosthetic legs, but they're not bad at all.
Oh. Now, you're based in Italy over the summer. What's the best bit about being out there? Is it the pasta, the beautiful weather, or the beautiful people, maybe?
I think the pasta would be the best part if I was allowed any, but we try to stay away from carbs, and the people are really relaxed, and they're passionate about athletics, which makes it very nice to train out there. I'm staying in a city called Gemona at the moment for this summer, and it's going to be my first season there. I was in Grosseto, which is another city pretty much on the western coast on the opposite side, but I'm very blessed to have the opportunity to train out there. It's very central, so if I have to fly anywhere in Europe, it's pretty quick. But yeah, people are very accommodating. The facilities are phenomenal, and I think the odd cheat meal that I'm allowed, the food doesn't hurt either. So.
You must miss your mates while you're away from South Africa. I know you've got a few famous friends as well, like Springbok, Mornay Steyn, who was the scourge of the Lions last summer for any fans in the Northern Hemisphere. You're a big rugby fan though, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm a massive rugby fan. I've got a friend that plays for Northampton Saints and they lost 2-3 nights ago. So.
Who's the friend? Name all.
Brett Sharman, he's a fellow schoolmate of mine. But I do miss my friends. I think that's unfortunately one of the negative parts of a sporting career is that you're on the road for half the year and you do miss your friends and family, but it makes the time at home more enjoyable, I guess, and you do make up for it. And you know, the career in sport's only so long. It's not like a proper career in law or in medicine or anything like that, so we've got a couple of years of sacrifice, and the opportunities that come with it are amazing. You know, I get to meet not only famous people but very interesting people and see things like this. I mean, I think I put a picture up earlier on Twitter, and I think there are a lot of people that are very envious that I get to see the stadium already a year before the games.
And you've embraced Twitter with a passion as well, so I guess that means you can keep in touch with Mornay, can't you, and talk about rugby whenever you want.
Yeah, we Shame, I usually send the guys like a message before their games, and it's so strange because I've got some friends that are in sports and some that follow me. I think very seldom they know when I'm running or when I follow when they're playing. But yeah, it's very, it's a very nice way to keep in contact with those that are supporting you, and it's a quick way to give back to people, just to send them a quick note and say, thanks for the support, or to tell them where you're going or where you're going to be. So big blessing.
So is South Africa going to win the Rugby World Cup, retain it, or are those pesky All Blacks going to do it on home soil?
Oh, I'm not sure. I think the English have also given us a hard go, and the Irish have also, a team not to dismiss. But yeah, I think there are a good couple of teams that can take it this year. We seem to be in good stead going in, and I'm pretty amped for the Rugby World Cup later this year. I hope my season ends soon enough that I can make my way back to Christchurch and watch a couple of games.
So if you had to, watching sport of a Saturday afternoon on the telly, is it rugby or Moto GP maybe? You're a big fan of your motorbikes, aren't you? Yeah, I'm a massive Moto GP fan. I think that's the sport that I enjoy watching the most. It's just they're kind of these guys with such a rock star personality. They're hardcore, they're just not scared of anything. I mean, some of the things they do and the way they do them is just unbelievable, and it's corner after corner. And I've grown up on motorbikes, and I can have a big appreciation for the understanding of the sport. So. Are you still allowed to ride motorbikes? I'm guessing not. Your sponsors would have a heart attack. One of my sponsors is Yamaha, so they sponsor me with the motorbike. But yeah, I have times of the year when I'm finished my season in September, and then I'm usually allowed to ride my bikes till December, and then I kind of hand in the keys to my agency, my manager, and they kind of take over from there. But we've come to a nice understanding that, look, I can ride, but I have to kind of look at risk of injury management. So it's one of those things, I guess. Got another hobby as well. Tell me about Tiger Canyon. Oh, I got a horse last week called Tiger Canyon. I've got a racehorse. Yeah, I've got a couple of racehorses. He's one of the babies still. He won't be running for another year. And then I've got a Singspiel colt, another racehorse whose father and mother both won the Epsom Derby. So he's got phenomenal breeding, and he's just started running about 2 months ago, and he finished second in his first race and first in his last race that he ran. So hopefully there's a bright future for him. Do you ride horses yourself? No, I'm terrified of horses. How can you own horses and be terrified of them? I think for me it's just the sheer strength and beauty of them that intrigues me and fascinates me, and it's an amazing sport to watch, but they really are beasts, and they're quite crazy sometimes. The racehorses are not the most placid animals, and it's just a phenomenal sport to be a part of and to watch. It's just really unbelievable. We're going to see some phenomenal sport in this stadium in 12 months' time, both the Olympics and the Paralympics. I mean, how much would it mean to you, as much as anything, to line up here alongside able-bodied athletes, because you fought a very hard legal battle to be able to do that? Yeah, I've been running on the able-bodied circuit for several years now, so to be able to participate here in the Olympics will be a huge goal that I've had for the last Olympics and for the last 5 years. So we've put in a lot of hard work over the last season or the last 2 seasons, and I think it's definitely paying off. I ran a time to kick off my year, which was a B qualification time for the Olympic Games, and
we know we're on the right path now at least. So just maintain what I'm doing, gain a bit more experience, and hopefully we'll be lining up behind us here for both the Able and the Paralympic, or the Olympic and the Paralympic Games.
It'd be brilliant to see you here. Thanks for your time on Sports Vibe.
Thank you very much to all the support, and I really appreciate everything. Thank you very much.